What is going on, everyone? My name is Pete. Welcome back to the Pete Perspective. We are going to be talking about, actually, first of all, I'm kind of coming at you a little bit differently this video. We're coming at you a little bit differently this video, but we are talking about our Apple Watches. Now, it's been 4 or so months, right? 4. Ka-chow. Lightning Queen. 4 months since we've had the Apple Watches. We have the Apple Watch Series 7s. I have the Midnight 45mm. Emily has the Starlight 41mm. And the biggest question is, would we buy them again? We have pros, we have cons, but would we buy them again? If you stick around to the end of the video, you will find out whether or not we would buy them again. But this is Theo chugging his agua. Say hi. Anyways, yes, stay tuned to figure it out.
Okay, so like we mentioned in our last video, which we can link to down below, I was very hesitant about getting an Apple Watch because mainly I just don't love notifications. I'm not a huge tech person, don't love my phone so much. Like I like that I can text friends, but I didn't want something that was giving me notifications all the time. So when Pete started working at home, I saw him in the day-to-day use his watch, and I got to see all the different ways that he used it, and it seemed more of like a helpful tool for him. Also, Theo's playing with his grocery cart in the background, so that's what that noise is. But I just wanted to share some reasons why I have loved my Apple Watch, and I truly have loved it. There's definitely some things that I would change if I could, but we're gonna share those later in the video, so stick around. We're gonna share some of our qualms with our individual Apple Watches. Pete is gonna share his too. My hands are always full. I only have one baby, but my hands are always full. I have laundry in them. Most of the time I have Theo in them. Sometimes I have Theo in a laundry basket. Questionable. Anyway, my hands are just always doing something, always full. I'm always on my feet. So the ways that my Apple Watch has been an extension of my hands are my favorite things about it. So something that we do often is play music. I'm just downstairs, and we have a HomePod Mini, and I will play and pause things using my Apple Watch, so I love that. And yeah, we do that all day long. So there's that, and then very practically, when my phone is downstairs and I am upstairs because we went upstairs for a diaper change and we ended up playing with the trucks up there, whatever it was, and I'm still upstairs but my phone is downstairs, I still get notifications when my mom calls, or I can still answer those phone calls. My sister, she's always FaceTiming me. I can at least answer with audio and be like, hey, I'm not with my phone, but hey, what's up? You don't realize how much you're thinking about your phone is in the back of your head until you don't need to have it and you have something else that functions as that. I didn't have my watch over the weekend or something. Like I just never put it on. And I was like, oh, let me go a day without my watch. Like I don't usually do this. I would say like 99% of the time I have this watch on, but I went without it the whole day, and I definitely was like, oh, I have that thought like, does someone need me and I'm not by my phone? Whereas like I didn't miss a notification, so I didn't have to think about notifications. It makes me think about my phone less, which I did not think my Apple Watch would do. So having a smart watch, I guess, of some sorts, is helpful in that sense, which it's kind of counterintuitive, but it surprised me too, but I love it. It is winter. We are in Pennsylvania here, and the winter at this point of year, is just so long. It is so long. I normally think winter's long, but I have a toddler this year, so it's really long this year. We are always checking the weather. I'm like, what is the warmest point of the day? What is the sunniest point of the day? So we can get outside in the sun, even though it's 20 degrees, the sun is out. So I'm always checking the weather. I will also say I love the activity tracking, but Pete is gonna touch on that later. So yeah, that's all I do is say bye.
Now that you guys have had the opportunity to hear Emily's 3 favorite things about her Apple Watch, and honestly, not even just favorite things, but the ways that she uses it, I want to share with you guys my use cases and 3 reasons why I love it. And honestly, I'll jump right in. The first thing that I primarily use my Apple Watch for is exercise. I love the Move ring, exercise ring, and stand ring. They're all motivating, and honestly, it feels a little bit like a game. It's like a cheat code to working out. It's been really, really great. We both love you know, attempting at the very least to close our rings and sort of the challenge that is. Now, she mentioned sharing activity. I don't share activity with anyone, so if anybody wants to share activity, let me know, because I can use some accountability and some challenge, and I tend to be a bit competitive, so I would enjoy that. Second thing that I love the Apple Watch for is simply GPS. Now, when I'm driving, I feel the little taptic feedback pulses that tell me when a turn is coming up or when I need to actually like pay attention to my phone. And in today's world, you know, you have your phone and your GPS up, and that used to be enough. And honestly, it still is. But now it's really nice because I don't even have to be necessarily focusing on the phone or looking at the phone, but I can just get that little taptic pulse, and it's saying like, hey, turn's coming up, you gotta turn left up here, and 500 feet, you gotta like do this. And I don't use Siri voice when I'm using Apple Maps to navigate. I just think it's annoying, and it's a bit much. So the taptic feedback is a nice touch, literally, and I enjoy that feature for sure. The last but not least thing is HomeKit. I access all of my HomeKit stuff through my watch. So when I'm done giving my son a bath and we're walking over to his room and I want to turn on his light, rather than grabbing my phone, I can simply go on my app and hit the HomeKit and like turn on his light immediately from my watch, which is really, really nice. I like love that feature because it allows me to be hands-free, especially with a toddler. It makes a big difference not needing to necessarily have your phone on you. So those are the big three things that I use it for. Maybe an honorable mention is notifications. So when I'm working, I can quickly see, do I need to respond to this right away or can this wait till later? But by and large, it's fitness, it's GPS, and lastly, it's just allowing myself to access all of my lights in my house, HomeKit, all the things right through my watch. All right, so those were some of our favorite things.
Brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things.
About the Apple Watch Series 7 after 4 months of owning it. Here is the opportunity for us to kind of share some of the things that we don't love about it. And one of the things, one of the things that I had mentioned in our first video unboxing these is just about the color, the midnight color. I went with midnight, Emily Joy went with starlight, and I was hesitant right at the beginning about the color. I typically like graphite, space gray, anything that's pretty much more black. This midnight color is honestly, it's like a deep navy. Midnight is the perfect name for it, so kudos to Apple. It is the perfect name. It is truly midnight, but I just really want a black or graphite watch, and so for that reason, like,
I'm out.
Yeah, no, it's a big Shark Tank.
My name's Lindsay Lorraine and I'm from Parker, Colorado. I am the founder of Easy Peasy.
I'm out.
I'm out. I'm out.
No. No, but yeah, so anyway, I wish it was black. I wish the aluminum is the most affordable watch, and then it goes aluminum, stainless steel, and then titanium. So there's only black versions in those stainless steel and the titanium.
So they're trying to get you.
So they're trying to get you to upgrade. Yes, that is my qualm with
It still bothers him. It bothered him on day one. It still bothers him.
Every day I wake up and I'm like, I
wish it was black.
I wish it was black. I think I love it. I really like it. But for me personally and my aesthetic and some of the stuff that I like, I just think like black would be perfect.
On the other hand, I've never not liked. I've always liked my Starlight.
Yeah.
I've loved it.
I think it's perfect. To me, that's like you. So anyways, yeah.
Also, I feel like we should dress that we're matching.
We are matching a little bit.
I was dressed first.
It happens. When you're married, you just start like...
I just looked down and I was like, oh yeah.
No, it happens. Seriously, like when you get married, you just randomly start matching.
You were also
times.
wearing blue jeans, both of us. Okay, so my biggest qualm with my watch is the heart rate sensor. And I know it takes like great like EKGs and stuff like that. It can tell you like if there's something wrong. I've not had that issue. However, there's like the activity rings, and I naturally have a very low resting heart rate. Like every time I go to the doctor, they're like, and I'm like, it's normal, it's fine. So I have a low resting heart rate, therefore I was never closing my rings.
Yeah, it's so frustrating. Like that's the
Yeah.
fun. That's the fun.
All I do is run around after Theo, so I was like, I don't sit, and I don't. It says like you still only burned like 300 calories today or something,
Yeah.
and it just because my heart rate is low. I had said that to a friend. She was like, oh, tells me you're just really not anxious, and I was like, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, you're just way more calm than I
Just
am,
like
for sure.
if you have a steady heart rate, it's really a bummer. So
Yeah.
that's my biggest frustration because I do want to close my rings. Since then, I've like made my calories. I think it's like 400 I have to reach in a day, which is much lower than the suggested range for a girl my age. So, anyways,
It's
that's
hard
my heart
because
rate.
you want to challenge yourself, but then you feel the tension of like I have to keep this low
Right.
because my heart rate's low, and I want to finish that every
Yep.
day, and all those things. That sucks.
It might be able to go up in the summertime when we're out walking way more, but yeah, for now, that's my hardest thing. Where I'm
Yeah.
just like, I move all day long, and still I don't get it.
Yeah, I get that. So the last thing for me, and this is kind of a side note, I guess, but it's just about watch bands. It's not really unique to the Series 7 at all, but for watch bands in particular, I have found that the solo loops, the silicone solo loops, like if I work out or I'm kind of walking, I tend to walk fast, but anything like essentially the watch band is slipping all the time closer and closer to my hand. So I find that really frustrating and uncomfortable. And the same is true for the braided loop. I love the look of the braided loop, but I just haven't found the right size and fit where it like just doesn't eventually slide down. And so
And it's not annoyingly tight.
or annoyingly tight.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, it's a really like, there's a small window of opportunity where you can like hit it spot on and that's your size and you can go with it. So I've just been using the traditional silicone with the button punch, hole punch thingies.
Me too. Hole
And
punch.
that has worked really, really well for me, for you
And
too,
me,
I guess.
yeah.
But for exercise, even if I'm a little sweaty and stuff, it stays in place.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm not exercising, I wear it on the 4th hole. And then when I'm exercising, I tighten it a little bit to the 3rd hole. That has worked. So
I've never adjusted
Yeah.
the where it is for me, but
that's been perfect for me. And so that leaves us with the final question of would you buy it again if you had the opportunity to get the Series 7 or just an Apple Watch? This is your first Apple Watch.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like my answer might be a little different, but would you buy it again?
100% I would buy it again.
Worth it?
Worth it. I
Okay.
was pleasantly surprised by an Apple Watch on my wrist. I love it.
I'm gonna go no on this one. I'm gonna say if you have, and again, part of that.
Not no for Apple Watch in general.
Not no for Apple Watch in general.
No for this series.
No for this series, and I think I would have waited till the Series 8, and I also, knowing what I know now, I know that I need a black Apple Watch. So whether it's graphite or space
Need it.
gray, I do not want a colored version of it, and I think I would have waited for the Series 8, and then also spent the extra money, unfortunately extra money, for the stainless steel or the titanium. So that's where I land on it. I'm gonna go no for the Series 7, y'all. Ooh, that's my hot take for the day.
Ooh.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. 4 months in, Apple Watches, they're going well. Yeah, Power Rangers.
Power
But
up.
yes, thank you guys for watching, and we love you guys, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.